Hey everyone, welcome back with another session of civics. So today we will discuss about the Panchayati Raj. Alright, now when we talk about this Panchayati Raj, now if you see, like, just as a class teacher is more familiar with the needs and problems of the students in her class, the same way the government at the local level tends to know and understand the problems and needs of the people better as compared with the government sitting at a far off place. Now in the previous chapters we have already discussed that the powers are shared among the central government, so central government, the state government and the local government, isn't it? So this thing, like in India, the local government functions separately in the rural areas and also in the urban areas. Alright, now in this chapter we will study all the local government in rural areas in detail. Alright, now first thing, that is the Panchayati Raj we have. Alright, now this Panchayati Raj, the system of governance in the rural areas is known as the Panchayati Raj. Alright, now the Panchayati Raj, it consists of three levels of government. Starting from the below, that is the Gram Panchayat. Next we have, that is the Panchayat Samiti, or we can also call it Janpad Panchayat, and the upper one, that is the District Panchayat or the Jila Parishad. Alright, now if we see the Gram Panchayat works at the grassroots level, or we can tell it that is the village level. Secondly, the Panchayat Samiti, it works at the block level. And the above one, the upper one, that is the Jila Parishad, it works at the district level. Alright, so the whole power is shared in the Panchayati Raj system also. So basically we can call it the three-tier Panchayati Raj system. Alright, next we have, that is the Gram Panchayat. So when we talk about this Gram Panchayat, now in villages of India, alright, in villages of India, a Gram Sabha, a Gram Panchayat and a Nyay Panchayat, alright, these ensure the smooth functioning of the village. Together they ensure the smooth functioning of the village. Alright, so we will discuss about them one by one. First of all, we have, that is the Gram Sabha. Yes children, so this is very important. The term Gram Sabha is defined in the Constitution of India under Article 243B. Now the Gram Sabha is the Sabha of the electorate. Alright, so basically it's a meeting of all adults who live in the area covered by a Panchayat. Now a Gram Sabha, it consists of all the men and women of 18 years of age or above. Alright, so basically here no election, no voting is done. So it meets, now what is the work of the Gram Sabha? Now it meets regularly to ensure development and cooperation in the area. So basically it meets weekly. Alright, so as you can see in the pictures, they discuss all the developmental issues and everything, whatever or whichever is required in the particular area. Now it is the most important part of the Gram Panchayat. Yes, so Gram Sabha is very important in the Gram Panchayat system. Now what are the functions of Gram Sabha? Let's see them one by one. First and foremost, that is, it elects the members of the Gram Panchayat. Yes children, so the Gram Sabha, they elects the member of the Gram Panchayat. They chooses who will go, who will be the part of the Gram Panchayat. Alright, next is, it discusses the important problems and needs of the village. Yes, all the important problems and needs, whatever, from smaller to the bigger things, everything is discussed in the Gram Sabha. Thirdly, it approves the development plans and solutions to the problems put forth by the Gram Panchayat. So basically they give the green signal wherever whatever plans are being brought up by the Gram Panchayat, they approves it and gives the green signal. Yes, so basically they collaborate with each other and works together. They also monitors the activities of the Gram Panchayat and prevents it from misusing its power and money. Yes, they monitor the works of the Gram Panchayat. whether the members of the Gram Panchayat are working properly or not. And lastly, we have that is it also Gram Sabha also form different committees such as the construction committee to carry out certain tasks in collaboration with the members of the panchayats. So construction committee can be done for constructing of houses and roads. Alright, health committee can be made for the health purposes. Education committee can be made for the education purposes. So they work with it, They collaborate with the Gram Panchayat and they work together for the betterment of the people. Now, next we have that is Gram Panchayat. Now, before starting this, what is the connection between Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat? What is the basically link? Alright, now if we see Gram Sabha, members of Gram Sabha are not elected. This is the first thing. But whereas in Gram Panchayat, members of Gram Panchayat are elected representatives by the Gram Sabha. So basically, the Gram Sabha cast vote and they choose particular people for the Gram Panchayat. Now, if we see in Gram Sabha, all the adults who are above the age of 18 years, or basically we can call those who have the right to vote, all are the members of the Gram Sabha. But if we see in the Gram Panchayat, ward members, Panch and Panchayat President are the members of the Gram Panchayat only. Alright, all are not the part of Gram Panchayat. Now the members and the bodies are permanent in Gram Sabha. All the members and the body are permanent in Gram Sabha. But if we see Gram Panchayat, the members and body are elected only after only for 5 years they are elected. And after every 5 years they are voting will be done and maybe they can be changed or they may not be. Okay. And lastly, in Gram Sabha, if we see, Gram Sabha keeps an eye on the works of the Gram Panchayat. But Gram Panchayat, they hear from the Gram Sabha and do the work. So basically, Gram Panchayat cannot work alone. So they need to get the approval from the Gram Sabha. Only then they can work in the different villages for the development of the people. Alright. Now let's see. So Gram Panchayat, basically a Gram Panchayat or village Panchayat is the only grassroots level of Panchayati Raj formalized local self-government system in India at the village or small town level. Okay, so the Gram Panchayat consists of members elected by the Gram Sabha. Yes, we have already discussed this. Now a Gram Panchayat may be constituted for one big village or for two or more small villages together. Okay. Now, next we have that is the composition of the Gram Panchayat. Let's see who are they. Now, the Gram Panchayat consists of the Sarpanch, who is the head of the Gram Panchayat, along with him, the elected members and the Panchayat Secretary. Alright, now, except all these things, in the Gram Panchayat, 1/3 seats are always reserved for women and the members of the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes. Okay. Now, as we have known that Gram Panchayat is elected for a period of 5 years only, and after every 5 years voting will be done. Maybe they can be changed or they may not be. Now, one by one we'll discuss about the members of the Gram Panchayat. Firstly, we have the Sarpanch and Panch. Now, a Gram Panchayat basically consists of a village or 2 to 3 villages together. Alright, now which are divided into wards. Now ward number 1, ward number 2, ward number 3, like this. Now one candidate stands for election from each of these wards. Now the successful candidate from all the wards, they form the Panch. Alright, all these successful candidates or representatives, you can call them, they are known as the ward members, or in short we can call them as Panch. Now the Panch are headed by a Sarpanch. Alright, the Panch are headed by the Sarpanch, who is selected through voting among the Panches. Now, what is the work of the Sarpanch? The Sarpanch presides over the meetings of the Panchayat and the Gram Sabha. He or she presides over the meeting. Alright, next we have that is the Panchayat Secretary. So, this is one of the important part of Gram Panchayat. Now, the Panchayat Secretary is appointed by the government. So basically, he has no connection with the Panchayat people or Gram Sabha. So they do not elect that particular person, the Panchayat Secretary. He is a government officer, you can call. Okay. Now he or she is responsible to call meetings of the Gram Sabha and Panchayat, record the proceedings of the meetings, record the development activities performed by the Panchayat, prepare a budget, how much money is required for the whole year for the developmental purposes, and also they advises the villagers on matters of health, education, farming, and different things. So basically we can call this person the Panchayat Secretary. He is the connection between the Gram Sabha and the Gram Panchayat. Alright, so he besides everything, he keeps the recording of each and everything, developmental programs, whatever is happening in the Panchayat areas. Alright, now along all these things, the most important part, that what are the major powers and functions of Gram Panchayat. Okay, let's see. Now, the Gram Panchayat is responsible for implementing the development programs in its village. We all know this. So, it undertakes the following activities. So, which are the activities? Let's see. Firstly, construction and maintenance of public facilities such as roads and street lights. Yes, this is very important. Roads, wherever roads are required, so they can construct those roads, they can maintain all this, keep a record of all these things, street lights and all. Next we have, that is provision of education. Yes, education system, healthcare facilities. They can set up schools and different dispensaries, and they can keep a look on those schools and dispensaries, wherever how much medicines are required, whether all the medicines are there or not, whether schools are maintained properly or not, everything. Construction and maintenance of water sources such as village wells and hand pumps. These are most important one, wherever the water sources whichever are required, so whether those things are available or not, to check and to keep a look on those things. Okay. Next, collection of taxes which are imposed on different houses. Yes, we all give taxes. Alright, so whatever taxes are imposed on houses, shops and lands, to keep a record of all these things, and also to collect all those taxes. Maintenance of records of births and deaths. Yes, birth certificates of each and every child in the village, and death certificate also, to maintain all these records. Implementation of employment generating schemes of the government. Alright, so whether in all the government schemes, whether people are implemented, people are getting jobs out of it or not, so or to check all these things. Maintenance of cleanliness and hygiene. Yes, whether the village is well maintained and cleanliness is done properly every time. Okay, so to check all these things, to check the cleanliness and hygiene also, Gram Panchayat is responsible. And lastly we have, that is the prevention of practices such as the caste based and the gender based discrimination, to ensure social justice in the village, like the lower caste people, alright, and the gender based discrimination, like boys and girls who will come to watch, and all this, to maintain the balance of the social justice in the village. This Gram Panchayat is really very responsible. These are the ones who keep records and who maintain all these things. Okay, now for maintaining all these things, they need what are the sources of income? कहाँ से पैसा आता है ये लोग के पास? So let's see here. Now, the Gram Panchayat gets money from the following sources to discharge the functions allotted to it. Firstly, we have, that is the tax imposed on houses, shops, land, etc. Alright, all the taxes whatever are imposed on houses and all these things, so they collect all those taxes. Secondly, different funds are granted by the government schemes, and also they receive funds from the Panchayat Samiti and also the Jila Parishad. So basically the upper bodies, they receive all the funds from the upper bodies. Okay. Thirdly, they collect fines from the people. So wherever there is any theft or wherever there is any trespassing or any minor cases, for those things they collect fines from the people. So these fines are also kept for the developmental purposes, and also they get donations. They receive donations for the welfare of the community from different organizations, from different businessmen, rich people. Alright, they get donations and they keep it for the development of the people. Okay, so this Gram Panchayat, and after this Gram Sabha, another part that is one of the most important, that is the Nyaya Panchayat. Alright, Nyaya Panchayat. So what is this Nyaya Panchayat? Now, Nyaya Panchayat are basically village courts where disputes between villagers are settled. Alright, disputes between villagers are settled. Now it is basically appointed by the village Panchayat. This whole Nyaya Panchayat, it is appointed by the village Panchayat. Now it's responsible for providing justice at the local level. Okay, So only at the local level. It's not that they are like they can provide justice at the higher level also. Now, however, it can hear only minor cases such as those of thefts and trespassing. Alright, wherein the parties in dispute explain their sides to the members of the panchayat. Only small minor cases they are responsible. Like, it is only authorized to impose fines and not send anyone to prison. Yes, they cannot send anyone to prison, but they can impose different fines. And what is the main aim of this Nyaya Panchayat? So basically their main aim is to provide cheap and quick justice. Alright, if any side remains unsatisfied, they can appeal to the district or high court. Alright, if anyone is unsatisfied from them. So these are the different parts of this Gram Panchayat. Now when we talk about this Panchayati Raj, now what is the importance of this Panchayati Raj? Now over the years, the Panchayati Raj has strengthened the democratic spirit in India, in the rural areas, in the local areas. Alright, now it has also been successful in promoting people's participation at the local level. So it's not possible to check by the higher authorities everywhere. So they help it helps in promoting people's participation at the local level. Now it has also reduced the burden of the central and the state governments. Alright, so they can keep a look on them. Also, it has helped people gain knowledge and experience in resolving their local problems on their own in an affordable and efficient manner. Alright, so these are all the importance of the Panchayati Raj. Now, another most important part, that is like in the Gram Panchayat, as I already said, 1/3 seats have been reserved for the women to ensure their participation in decision making. But as we know, like women have been always kept out of the decision making process. So these inclusion began to change only with the success of the women's suffrage movement. Like in 1992, the Constitution of India mandated the reservation of 1/3 seats for women in the Panchayati Raj. Now, as a result, what happened? The participation of women in politics has considerably improved, and the inclusion of women in politics is considered important in resolving social issues such as, you can call them as, child marriage and illiteracy of women also. Okay, so this way, like, people are coming up, this way women are also coming up in large number to like in the decision making process. Like in India, the three-tiered local government also exists in the neighboring countries of India such as Pakistan and Bangladesh. Now, above all these things, like in every year 24th April is celebrated as the National Panchayati Raj Divas in India. Alright, so this date is like very important, you must know this. Okay, so that's all we have in this session. I hope you have liked it. The whole chapter has been described. So till the next time, bye bye.